What's going on Facebook and YouTube? We're gonna get Instagram on the line now. All right, so I came outside to enjoy the day. I like the day when the sun is going down. That's my favorite time of day. Is that y'all's too? All right, so listen, if this is your first time watching me, my name is Camille Prosperity out of Savannah/Pooler, Georgia. And in this video, this is something that I said earlier today, and my sponsor was like, that's a video. So I titled it on Facebook, Are You Creating Leaders or Bleeders? Okay, are you creating leaders or bleeders? And I've been noticing something lately, that there are a lot of leaders who are looking at their organizations and they're disenchanted. They're not so happy. And they really don't like what's going on, but they're afraid to vocalize it because they don't want the people to leave, right? And this can happen on your regular schmegular job, especially nowadays. Right now we're in 2021. There are people who, there's lots of employers who don't have enough workers, right? So they're really, really careful about pissing people off, quite frankly. So here's the deal though. As I was going through this, because I heard Stormy say the other day, Carrie said, he said, yes, it's about to go down. But here's the whole deal. It always cracks me up when you say, yes, Carrie. You know that, right? But here's the deal, guys. Hey, Crystal Blaine. You know what? Hide your kids, hide your wife. No, not at all. I'm not going to bite anyone's head off, but I am going to be, I lightened up my screen so I can see y'all's comments better. There we go. Hey, what's going on, Madeline? I'm not going to bite anybody's heads off, but I will tell you this is a topic that you really need to think about, because we train people how to treat us, right? So here's the deal. When I ask, are you creating leaders or are you creating bleeders? What is a bleeder? It's just a term. Y'all know I like to rhyme. So that's just a term I came up with on the spot. But in reference to this, it's like a person who wants like so much from you. You ever heard like, what more do you want from me? Do you want my blood? And yeah, it seems like these people do want your blood. Like they want everything from you. By the way, guys, if you are watching, I don't care if it's live or the replay, let me know where you're watching from, because I love reading that the locations and knowing how many people I can reach from little old Pooler, Georgia. I don't know, it does something for the ego. I love technology. But anyway, I need you to think about this, especially, if you have any type of leadership role, and I'm telling you, it could just be in your family, right? Maybe you're a stay-at-home mom. You're still the leader of that household, right? So if your kids get on your nerves, they're driving you crazy, you feel like you can't do enough for them, I want to ask, have you created that? Did you create that monster? Did you always ask them, anything else I can do for you, sweetie? Or did you have it so that you told them something to do, and when they didn't do it, now you like, I'll just do it myself? Did you create that monster? Well, that's right, Madeline, you're not that far from me in Beaufort, South Carolina. Awesome. Because a lot of times what happens is we create the monster and then we complain about it, when really the fault is that of your own. And you got to pay attention to if you're bleeding somebody dry. Are your requests, are your demands, are they unnecessary? Is this something that you could do for yourself? I love the slogan, do for self. I went to a whole event put on by the Bureau Bullies entitled Do for Self. Because nowadays, we are, we talk about the pandemic, but let me tell you something. We are in an entitlement epidemic right now. Everybody feels like they're entitled to your time. They're entitled to a response in your inbox. They're entitled to your knowledge. Hell, even sometimes they're entitled to your money because you got enough. And so when you are, especially, I'll say, especially in MLM, you got to be careful about this, because you have a voluntary arm. See, on the job in corporate, people get paid. So they come to work and they do their work in exchange for a paycheck. In MLM, oftentimes that check does not come. Depending on the company and the product and your work ethic, it could come sooner as opposed to some other places. But for many people in MLM, you put the work in first for a long time, and then the compound effect takes place, and then you see the money, and then you see the check. But in the meantime, in between time, what are you demanding of your leaders? Y'all, I literally know leaders, and sometimes I see them, I call it like kowtow to their organization, to where they are thanking them for everything. Thank you for being active. Thank you for showing up on the meeting. Thank you for showing up on the meeting? Are you kidding me? That you're supposed to show up on the meeting. This meeting isn't for me, it's for you. It's for you to get the information to do what you said you came here to do. free your family, break generational curses, quit your job, whatever, pay that bill, eliminate that debt. This meeting is for you. I'm not going to thank you for showing up. But see, when you do that though, right? When you thanking everybody for every cotton picking thing, then don't get mad when they act like, that's right, you lucky I'm here. And they ain't doing a doggone thing. Because you created that monster. Now, when they don't show up, guess what they expect you to do? They expect you to call them and be like, hey, I saw you weren't on training tonight. Everything okay? Anything I can get you? Anything I can do for you? Now you mad. They will bleed you dry. They will bleed you dry of your time, of your energy, of your resources. And you really, really got to watch it. Of all of those things, you got to watch the energy. The energy is the one that you have. There are people on my team right now that literally get paid because I put a bunch of people underneath them and they don't even talk to me. For what reason? I don't know. And guess what? I no longer care. Not because I'm mad. I'm not mad at all. I've come to expect this. You know why? Because I've done my personal development. So books like the 4 Agreements that say don't take it personally, like you really got to be tripping if you mad at me and you don't even have the courtesy to tell me why. And I have no idea why. It'd be one thing if I slept with your boyfriend, right? So then I know, like, well, I did take a man. But when I have no clue what I did to you, and we talk about grown, rusty, crusty folks. Not mad for a day, not mad for a week. We talking about months going on, and you not even talking to the person who made up the majority of your check. You think I'm going to hunt that person down and ask them what happened between us? No. Go right on ahead. Go right on it. That clearly I'm in my personal development and they are not. Because when you're in your personal development, guess what you know how to do? You know how to have crucial conversations with people. You know how to have... I know there's a delay with the social media. Not slept with the man. Yeah, you know when you do foul stuff. You know when you talked about somebody. You know when you did certain stuff. So you like, I see why they mad at me, but I don't feel like having that conversation right now. So I'm gonna get to it when I feel like it. But when I have no clue at all, and you not telling me, you just up and take yourself out of all the groups, stop commenting, stop. You just mad. But you know what's so funny though? You're not mad enough to not cash them checks. You gotta love it. You gotta love people, even and especially the crazy ones. And when you identify a bleeder in your organization, like, well, you don't have to do nothing I say, right? I'm just little old Kim Millie Prosperity from Pooler, Georgia. But when I've identified people that bleed me dry, if you bleed me of my energy and you make it so that now I'm going off on my son because I'm really mad at you, or I got an attitude with somebody. When you bleed me dry, when you want to take everything from me because you want me to make up for what your mama didn't do or what your last leader didn't do or what you feel like you deserve, when I find those people, baby, you ain't got to worry about me. I ain't apologizing to you for nothing without due cause. I'm not coming around here thanking you for stuff that you should be doing. Do I appreciate you? Yes. But I'll be dang if I'm like, thank you for being active, thank you for making a comment, thank you for doing a post. We got bigger fish to fry. Stormy said it herself. She said she looked around one day and she didn't even like her team. She said, I was like, I don't like him, I don't like her, they always broke. Every time we go somewhere I gotta pay for everything. And that's a bad feeling. But guess what? She took ownership. She said, I had to get a brand new team. I had to think about who do I want to work with and how do I get those people. See, we create these monsters and then we complain about them in our lives. And again, it doesn't have to be an MLM team. It could be your friends. It could be your family members. It could be anybody in your life who is taking more than they are giving. That person is they will, and I'm telling you, what is the quote? Givers have to have boundaries because takers don't. Givers have to have boundaries because takers don't. And it's really the truth, y'all. I'm telling you this because I love you. Okay? If you don't like the people that are around you or you are around, it is nobody's fault but your own. You created this culture, this acceptance of people to where they can just run all over you and you're going to take it. And now the compound effect of that Sorry about that, Facebook. It was a phone call. But the compound effect of that is that, yeah, you're going to be frustrated. You're going to be tired. You're going to be aggravated. You're going to get very little stuff done. You're going to be very unproductive because you're catering to so many people around you, constantly apologizing, constantly thanking them for stuff. And they're like, yeah, that's right. You better do that, because that's how you've trained them to be with you. Conversely, if you're creating a leader in your organization, you don't have to do. It's so much easier to create a leader once you get the formula, because you know it's not solely dependent upon you. It takes two. If somebody wants to be self-sufficient, if somebody wants to be a leader, if somebody wants to really free themselves, trust me, they're going to fight tooth and nail. And you're not going to have to do all this pugging and tugging and, oh, you're not going to have to do all of that. They're already going to be all over it. That's how I was. Do I consult with my sponsor on stuff? Yes, but I'm not asking him about the minutia, the business stuff that I can find out on my own. Absolutely not. And sometimes when people apologize to me for stuff, I'm like, for what? Because you gotta know, is this apology necessary? Is it worth it? Or is this something in my psyche to where I feel like I owe this person something because what? And this is something that, like I said, I see it going on a lot, to the point where I be wanting to fight people on behalf of other people. I'm like, what you apologizing to them for? And I'm not even a fighter. I can't even fight. But I be wanting to fight, right? Y'all be wanting me to get some inner ratchetness going on or something. But it really ticks me off, because this is going to hold you back in life and keep you from everything that you want, because the energy that you put out there is the energy that you're going to attract to you. And if you are a giver, you are going to attract a lot of takers. A lot of takers. And it's going to make you miserable. Can anybody relate to love them anyway? Yeah, you can love them anyway. But I'm a huge fan of loving people from afar. And I will not sacrifice myself for you. Meaning, if I look at that phone and I don't get happy to see your name, oh baby, I'm not picking up. I'll hit that button and say, please text me in a heartbeat. I'm so serious. I'm not going to sacrifice myself for you, because I still have other stuff to do. And I've learned in the past that the way I'm set up, if I take that phone call, and either I'm going to go off on you, or I'm going to go off on the person that I'm talking to after you. But I'm going off on somebody. If you tick me off, I'm going off on somebody. All right? And it's not like I'm and I really do mean like what I'm saying. There are people that will just say dumb stuff to you. Okay? Oh, that's why you went to voicemail? Absolutely not. You went to voicemail because I'm on live. And I'm not talking about just go off on you for anything else, for anything under the sun. I hope y'all know what I'm talking about. There are people that will call you just to mess with you, just to say something smart in the mouth and see what you're going to do. I will fail that test every time, because I know that if you try it this time and you get away with it, then the next time you're going to up the ante. I've seen it play out in my life and the lives of other people. And while I love people and I respect people, I don't expect anybody to do something to me that I wouldn't do to them. I wouldn't call you and tell you, look like you gained weight. Now you making sure you... I wouldn't call you and just say something, you know what I'm saying, that I'm not sure would make you feel good. If I call somebody, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to uplift you. I'm trying to see how can I help you, or check on you, without saying, I'm calling you because you don't call me. You act like your phone don't work. That's the quickest way to get a click from me. If you really calling to check on me, make sure I'm good before you try to make me feel bad. Is this making sense, class? Because I'm telling y'all, the people that you have in your lives, you brought them there. And you can take them out. And you have got to start today to let them know, do not play with me that way. Because if you do not, how you do anything is how you do everything. So if you're doing this with your family, you're probably doing it with your friends. You probably have coworkers running over you. It's called a pattern. That's what it's called. It's called a pattern. And some people say, oh, well, I'm a people pleaser. Get out of it. That's the only thing I can tell you. If you're such a people pleaser, aren't you a person? Great. Then let's start pleasing yourself. Right? Let's start with you. It all starts with you. Right? Yes, you control your own circle. Absolutely, you do. So that's all I wanted to get on. I'm not going to beat a dead horse or overcook the grits or nothing like that. But I'm so serious about that. I see so many leaders, and instead of them paying attention to leaders and creating leaders and giving people the autonomy to go out there and create their own future on their own, I see people out here just leading a bunch of bleeders. People that are bleeding them dry, unapologetically. And they cater to these people. They say thank you. They apologize. They go above and beyond to the wrong folks. To the wrong folks. And it's only so long that you can do that. I'm telling you, it's only so long that you can do that before you say, the heck with all this stuff. Because I know the people that do this, and what they do is they get mad at themselves. They get mad at themselves for not speaking up. Eventually, they get mad at themselves for letting people run all over them. And then it all falls apart. And it didn't have to be that way. It did not have to be that way. So I hope this made sense to you all. I hope you found value, and if you did, like, comment, share, subscribe. YouTubers especially, subscribe to my channel. I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm gonna go enjoy the sunset. Yes, I'm gonna enjoy the sun. Y'all hear the kids are, they enjoying the pool, but I'm gonna go enjoy the sunset, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Love y'all.